It is lovely to have your company tonight. We have seen a lot of Kiwis, haven't we, going to mosques to show their sympathy and support for the Muslim community since the events of last Friday. And among them are people of different faiths.
Tonight we're focused on a unique friendship between a Muslim woman and a Christian priest. We're going to meet them in the studio shortly, but first here's Tim Wilson with the story of Masooma and Sarah.
With her green hijab and conservative attire, Masooma Mehdi's religious faith is pretty obvious.
I'm Muslim.
Her faith in New Zealand has never been stronger.
I have been here for 25 years and it's never been better.
It's part of the reason she's walking into a Christian church. Today, Masooma's here to catch up with her new friend, Sarah.
I think the first thing that I said to her was, it doesn't feel like that this is the first time I'm meeting you. It does feel like our spirits were connected.
Yeah, I definitely felt the same way. It's like we'd known each other for a lot longer.
The Reverend Sarah West is an Anglican minister. Both moved by the cruelty in Christchurch, they found themselves at one of the many vigils offered for the victims. They found that they have more in common than a belief in higher things.
We'd like to see less division in New Zealand, coming together.
And I think simply we just want more good from the world.
Starting with a friendship based on the promise that the darkness will never put out the light.
Well, Reverend Sarah West and Masooma Mehdi are with us now. Lovely to have you both, and both looking absolutely beautiful in green. Tell me a little bit about the significance of green.
Well, when talking to Masooma, we discovered together, I discovered that the colour green is a really prominent colour within Islam. So wearing the colour green is like showing our solidarity to the Muslim community.
And I think it also represents unity if in light of the incident which happened recently, if we say New Zealand has really proven that, and it's just been a beautiful experience, I would say, after a very, very dreadful event, of course. And I would just say that I feel a very confident Muslim because I feel like people are reaching out to us, they are showing their sympathy, their love, and it's been an amazing experience.
That's so lovely to hear.
It's wonderful. So what do you guys hope that New Zealanders are going to do?
Well, my hope is that, not just now, but in the coming days, weeks, months, years, decades to come, this will be a real turning point for New Zealand. I feel very sad that it's taken this, but I think that there are some real divisions within our community. And I think part of Masooma and I's vision is that we can overcome those divides, and this is what our URS campaign is about.
Tell us about the campaign. So what are you going to do? Tell me about the ribbons.
Why don't you explain, Masooma?
Well, you go ahead and I will add.
Well, basically the simple idea is that we wear a green ribbon.
Yes.
And that shows our solidarity with the Muslim community, but also a commitment for each one of us to reach out.
And I feel it is both ways. I think it's beautiful how Kiwis are reaching out, but it is also accepting that love and that solidarity. And also just going back to your question, just asked before, what do I expect out of it? I would just say that understand a common Muslim. I think that would be the most excellent thing to do. Even in light of the events, if we see the attributes of those people who are not amongst us anymore, we see that they were so, they sacrificed themselves, they were welcoming, they were brave. And if you look at the families that they have left behind, they're so patient, calm, content, as well as the most important thing, that they're so forgiving. So just reach out to Muslims.
What sort of impact does this visual support have?
Well, so the green bands is just one of the things. It's a symbol, it's a representation. But I would just say every act of kindness counts at the end of the day. Whether it is just leaving some flowers outside a mosque, or leaving a note of kindness, or just shedding a tear, or some of the vigils I've attended, some people have just approached me and just said that, can I just hug you? Because I wanted to hug a Muslim. And this is something I have never experienced in the last 25 years, that people are actually reaching out to us. And somewhat I can say that it has healed the wounds. And I would say overall Muslim community has suffered for the last 18 years, where the name of Islam and terrorism has been attached. But I think what we are taking out of the event, which happened on Friday, is that finally we have, as a country, we have reached a conclusion that terrorism has no religion.
It's so lovely to hear that you as a Muslim woman are feeling supported by New Zealanders, because I know that that's desperately what we want all Muslims in New Zealand to feel. I'm sure Sarah would agree.
Absolutely.
Yes. Let me share something from the youth perspective, because I work with youth a lot. Friday night, few of the girls, they told me that they felt like putting their hijab, their scarf back, because they didn't want to be identified as a Muslim, because they didn't know what kind of reaction they might get from the person who's walking next to them. But I would say the most amazing thing, on Saturday, when our Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, she turned up to the mosque and she had the black scarf on her head, it really gave us confidence to put our hijabs back. And that was, I think, a great, great sign of respect and solidarity. So thank you.
Well, no, thank you for talking to us this evening. It's lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you.